Hi guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. I am so excited because I have finally figured out how to get my subscription bell, notification bell on my channel. It took me days of trying to research this information. I already set my channel to not made for kids. All my videos were set for not made for kids. So I wasn't understanding why I didn't have the notification bell on my channel. So I finally figured it out, and now you are all able to subscribe and get notifications when a new video is coming out. So woohoo, I'm so excited. Alright, so for this reading, we are taking a look at what information you need to know right now. What message do you need to hear? So we're going to choose your significator cards for this reading. Pile number 1, what is their message? Who is going to deliver the message for pile number 1? We just need one card. Tap me into the collective of pile number 1, Spirit. Woo! Way too many. Wow. Let's redo this, shall we? Just one card, please. Pile number 1. Can I get one significator card, one messenger for pile number 1? Wow. Alright, so I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to take the one from the top. Ooh, we have the octopus. For pile number 2, we have the lion. Ooh, pile number 3 wanted 2. So we're going to take the top one right now, and we have crow. These are pretty wild. Okay. Just going to sync up these energies real quick. I usually do this off camera. These are some strong messages. So for pile number 1, we have the octopus with rose quartz. Pile number 2, we have the lion with citrine. Pile number 3, we have the crow with obsidian. Okay, those are your choices. If you need more time to meditate, just pause the video. The timestamps are going to be in the description box below, and I will see you all at your readings. Hi, pile number 1, this is your reading. You chose the octopus with the rose quartz crystal. I want to get into the reading first before I reveal the message that's coming through with the octopus and the rose quartz, just to make sure that I don't steer you in the wrong direction. So this can either be about protecting your heart or about an expansion that's taking place here. So we have the author, inspiration, ideas, and impact. Veil, intuition, inspiration, spirituality, and influence. Okay. And then we have the mirror, the woman, the moon, longing, mystery, hidden experience. Okay, just with these cards coming out, I feel like the message that you're meant to hear at this moment is to guard your heart, protect your heart, set healthy boundaries, because sometimes when we don't have enough boundaries to support ourselves or to prevent ourselves from being hurt by other people, you know, when your heart's so open, we openly share information about our lives, and sometimes that can get us into certain situations where people can use this information to hurt you in the long run. And so right now, your message is to set up healthy boundaries, protect your heart. There's too many or too much information being shared with others who aren't worthy, who wouldn't hold this information as sacred or with the utmost respect. And there's also a need for you to withdraw sharing so much information, of not sharing all that you know, all that you've been through, things like that. Not everybody, like I said, has the best intentions with the information that you have. Some people are jealous, some people just love to gossip, some people like to, just kind of tear people down, or, when they see that you have something of value or that's going good for in your life, some people can be jealous of that, and they may try to manipulate and twist your circumstances around to serve a story and a narrative that they can create that's not based on the truth of the situation, but it's like their spin of the information that you've revealed to them. And so right now the message is to set up those healthy boundaries and discern who is somebody who is truly worthy of having, access to all of your business, so to say. Like, you need to protect yourself from anybody who would have any kind of hidden agenda. And sometimes we don't know exactly who that is. That's why there has to be, I almost want to say like testing ground, where you have to kind of observe people and their actions and their words, and making sure that their actions match their words. Because some people will tell us everything about themselves till they're blue in the face about what kind of person they are and who they are and everything, but are their actions lining up with the words that they're saying? Because sometimes people like to tell you all about who they are, and sometimes you need to like listen to that and then watch and observe to see if they truly are that person, and to be skeptical of anybody who is constantly saying, talking about the type of person they are, because sometimes, like, you don't need to say who you are and how happy you are and, how in love you are and everything like that. It is something that it's felt, it's seen, it's already, like, people know the difference between somebody who's trying to, like, believe what they say versus live what they say, and it's discerning who is actually living their truth and being their authentic selves. But it takes time, and people shouldn't just easily get, your whole heart. Some people, I would say most people, I wouldn't just give it away to anybody. You have to protect yourself and see yourself as this young child, and you don't want your young child just going up to any single stranger and telling them everything about themselves and all their business and all their information, and as much as we want to see everybody with this innocent heart and vision and perspective, not everybody is living from that space. A lot of people are looking to, out for themselves, and they're looking to get ahead. They're looking how, to put other people down so that they can, feel superior. And so with this message, I definitely feel like you need to protect yourself, and to listen to your intuition on who is somebody who's really trying to, honestly be a friend and supportive ally, and somebody who's just trying to, dig in to get your information, to spread gossip about you. Let me see what else we have. We have see or see beyond the current situation. Yeah, with this intuition, you're being asked to use your perception, use your intuition, your inner compass to guide you on who is worthy of your love and your affection, of being in your life, of having that access to you and all the love and wisdom that you have. Yeah, there might be somebody in your life who has a hidden agenda. High Priest, intend and create this Hawkeye vision. Yeah. You need to practice discernment. This is what will help you know who is somebody who is worthy of your heart, of having access to your heart and being in your life. Stag, trust and thrive. Anybody who like truly has the best intentions for you, you will feel their intentions when they're doing any kind of act of goodness for you. You know, you feel energized by their presence. You know, they uplift you, they encourage you. Those are the type of people you want to surround yourself with. Not anybody who's, you know, like let's say you have this idea and something that you want to create, and then you have this one friend who's like, no way, that can't happen, that's impossible. If it would, I would have already done that, you know, or somebody else would have already been doing that if it's, you know, meant to be kind of thing. And like, that's not somebody who really has your best interests. It's somebody who's, you know, very manipulative. They don't want to see you be successful. They don't want to see you thrive in or be, in their mind, perceiving you as better than they are. So there's a little insecurity on their part, and they're kind of wanting to project that onto you so that you don't achieve your goal and achieve your, you know, your dream, your desire, what your purpose is. You need to attract people who are truly seeing this beautiful heart and acknowledging your intelligence and how smart and creative you are. That's who you want to surround yourself with, those people who truly see and inspire and encourage you to be that creative, beautiful being. A change in the wind. Let's see. Yeah, you're being encouraged to go into a new direction here. Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, to the situation, and everyone involved. Yeah, we have this healing that's coming in so that you can release any fears that you have. Maybe in the past you were affected by people who you thought were very, very close to you. Maybe you had strong bonds with them and you thought they were your ride or die, and they ended up in the end betraying your heart and betraying your trust. And you know, you may have been a little too open, too exposed, and allowing them to hurt you. And now, having learned from those experiences, those type of people, that some people, even the ones that say they love you the most, can hurt you the most and betray your heart. And you've learned how to protect yourself and set up those healthy boundaries. But at the same time, when you experience that type of pain and a deep level of betrayal like that, it's hard for you to trust again and to lean into trusting people who say that they love you. And it can be very hard to let down some of those boundaries, to let people connect to you. And when we block off that connection, it actually prevents us from receiving our blessings, from receiving good karma that's trying to come into us, being able to perceive anybody who has better intentions for us, because we're constantly guarded. So when we're going through the healing, you have to understand, you know, and allow yourself to forgive yourself for being so open, and learning to set up those healthy boundaries now to protect yourself, because that wound is very deep. And when we're wounded deeply like that, there's a deep karmic lesson attached to that, that this is something that has probably happened for many lifetimes, where we've been too trusting and too vulnerable and too open and giving and sharing with others. And that happens when you're super empathic. We just want to help other people. We want to help them heal. We see the good in them. But a lot of these people are acting from their pain. They're not acting from, you know, their higher self, their divinity, their heart, their purity, and their innocence. They're acting out of their pain because they don't know how to heal from it. So in order to prevent you from taking on their pain and now you inflicting pain onto yourself, you have to set up those healthy boundaries that prevents you from being further damaged and wounded, because you have this big, beautiful heart and you understand people's pain, and you understand why people can lash out, and why, you know, they behave the way they behave, but you also have to understand that you have to protect yourself from and protect your heart from taking on any of this damage, so that you can be and share and express who you truly are, and keep your vibration high, so that this loving energy that you bring forth, this healing energy that you have, can be used and served for the purpose it's intended to. Okay? We have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Divine presence, the force of love and creation. Let me just check my cards, make sure that we are even. I always think they are, and then when I upload these videos, they appear crooked afterwards, and it's super weird. Okay, so imagination. Yeah, I truly feel like this is who you are. You accept people. You're very open. You're very understanding, and you have this beautiful divine presence to you. And people are attracted to that. But some people take advantage of good, kind-hearted people, and they see that sometimes as a weakness. And that's not a weakness. That's just how big your heart is. That you can see through all the shadows. You can see through all the pain and the darkness and the suffering that an individual is carrying with them, and you can see that divine presence within their heart. But it doesn't mean that they're living out that potential. That is their potential of who they can be and who they really are, but they're not living from that space. They're living and functioning through their pain, and they can hurt you and damage your heart in the process. So you have to set those healthy boundaries so that everybody's not, latching onto you with these energetic cords of trying to take and pull from your heart. You're a very divine, intelligent person, and you have a lot of creative abilities and spark, and you have this beautiful heart. And some people, they can be jealous of that, and they want to take from that because they see that you have so much that you ain't gonna miss something. You won't miss this little piece of light that I want to steal from you and knock you down a peg. But it does hurt us because we're such kind, loving people, and we don't understand why somebody would want to take advantage of somebody who's a good, kind person to them, and we almost take it personal, which we shouldn't, because we're like, well, wow, how can you do that to me? I've always been there for you. But they're not functioning from that place. They're functioning from a place of self, and myself is wounded, and it's all about me, and I don't have anything to give to you. I'm only caring about me and what my needs are. And right now, I feel like you have more than. And so instead of asking for some, I'm just going to take it, And it's like they want to take your light and make you feel like you're lacking in some way and you're unworthy in some way. But truly, that is their projection. And so that's why we need to set up these healthy boundaries, because you need to know who you are versus who that person is. And when we put up these boundaries, it is to say that I love me more than what I'm willing to tolerate out of your poor behavior. So, and I deserve respect, I deserve love, I deserve reciprocity, this give and take energy. If I'm pouring into your love, pouring into your energy and giving you guidance and support, I expect the same in return, But it doesn't have to be tit for tat. But the energy has to be there where you feel like you're not the only one who's giving in the relationship, that there's an energy exchange that feels good, that feels energetic, that feels loving, that feels supportive, not negative and, feeling like you're drained around this person all the time because they're in such a negative state, and it's actually lowering your frequency, and it's making you pour your energy into them. And when we set up these healthy boundaries, we can feel when somebody has that intention. You automatically intuit that energy, and so I need to set up an energy, a boundary around me that protects my energy field so they don't tap in and connect to my energy and try to drain my energy, so that they feel better and I feel less than in some way. Ooh. We have faith and we have complacency. Yeah, I feel like this is the end. Some of you might be ending a relationship. This might be the end of the road. It's the, anytime we're experiencing an ending to something, sometimes there can be this feeling of, I don't know, I don't want to say regret, but of like mourning the relationship a little bit, like what it was, what I thought it was, and what it could have been. You almost start looking over the situation and the relationship that you have, and then sometimes you can start seeing all the signs and the red flags that you had overlooked in the relationship. And sometimes when we do that, we almost kind of like beat ourselves up a little bit, like why did I put up with this for so long, and why did I tolerate them talking to me like that and treating me like that. And it's just because you're such a loving person. You have such a big heart that your light and your love can see through all of that, and you can shatter it with their intention and see who they truly are in their heart space, and have empathy and love and compassion for them. But you can still do that, but set up that healthy boundary that says, okay, I've experienced this type of energy before. I know what their intentions are, and they're never going to have that relationship that I'm looking for with me. So for this type of energy and this person and the space that they're at and the consciousness that they have, if they come to me and ask me for advice, I openly share that advice, but I can't pour into them and keep, pouring in and giving them love and hoping that they change and giving them advice, and they just keep staying in that state of complacency where they just are a victim to the circumstance and are not really changing and growing and moving forward. They're not tapping into their heart. They don't have faith. They are just, wanting to kind of just vent and complain but not really do anything about it. And you need to know a difference of who is somebody who's truly, doing the work and wanting to move forward and wanting this healthy relationship versus somebody who is just wanting to, take and be about themselves and stay in the space that they're in because it's more comfortable to be there, because that space is known to them. This faith card here. Yeah, I feel like you're being asked to kind of pour into yourself, to kind of love yourself and fill yourself up, because you have a lot of wisdom that you're meant to share and offer to others. And sometimes giving away too much of your own energy kind of depletes you, and it kind of distracts you from your true purpose. So don't pour in too much to other people. I feel like you have done this, and your heart needs some healing, and it needs some love and attention, and to withdraw your energy from being so involved in other people, and kind of go within a little bit more and nurture yourself, love yourself, tap into your heart space, and allow yourself to, fully accept every bit of your own light, and turn your light within and shine that spotlight on you, and love yourself and nurture yourself, heal yourself from these situations that made you feel like somehow you're not worthy. And your relationship with yourself should be the utmost importance. And the better you have a relationship with yourself, like the more you love yourself, the more you fill your cup, the more you have to share and offer with others. And so pour into yourself and love yourself, give yourself hugs, do things that make you feel good, that light you up, that nourish your soul, whatever that is, listening to music, if it's baking, if it, whatever creative project that you enjoy doing. It can be sitting in nature and bird watching, gardening, going for walks, hiking, swimming, whatever outlet that there is that makes your soul feel like so good and so energized. Like, I feel like you're being guided to do that more, to love yourself more, to fill your own cup a little bit more. Okay, pile number 1, let me get you some mindful messages to close out this reading real quick. Thank you all for being here. Please hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Woohoo! feel so happy saying that now. Okay, let's see what we have. Got 4 messages for you. So we have, I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. I have found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. I mean, what were we just saying, right? Is finding that balance of, yes, spending time and nurturing others and helping support people who are doing the work and coming to you for advice and love, but also to pour into yourself and give that equal exchange of, I'm going to do this for this person, but I'm also going to do this for me, and making sure that you have that balance, you know, that give and take. That's what keeps our heart chakra balanced, is that we are giving ourselves the same type of love, forgiveness, kindness, nurturing support that we offer to others. We have expressing love. Today, I notice the things I appreciate about the people in my life. I take a moment to send them love and to wish them well. My love is infinite, and it feels great to express it. Yeah, you have such a big heart, you know, and you love to share with other people. But like I was saying, you have to be able to protect yourself from people who just want to take from you, you know, because you are such a big bright light. You are so, you know, divine and connected and tapped in. You have a beautiful soul, and some people just, you know, they want to take what you have. They want what you have because they feel like they've lost something along the way, and that you found it, and that, you know, maybe you're not using it, so I'm going to take it from you. And no. And sometimes another way, you know, you can learn how to set boundaries for yourself is anytime you get triggered by anger, anytime anger surfaces up for you, that is where a boundary has been crossed. And that's how you know you need to set a healthy boundary for yourself, because it triggered, you know what I mean? It made you feel a certain kind of way. It made you feel disrespected. And yes, you can communicate this with the individual, but if they constantly, like, their words don't match their intentions, you know, like they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry I hurt you, and then they turn around and do it again, like another week later, like, no. I see who you are. I'm setting that boundary. I'm never going to let you treat me like this again, you know? And that comes with experience, and it comes with acceptance. It comes from healing. It comes from you tapping into how you feel and allowing yourself to feel that way. We have morning rituals. In the morning, I will take time to tune into myself, to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. Sorry, y'all. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for ones that do. So in the morning time, you know, that's when we're just waking up. For me, like, I find that this also helps me to begin a day where you're tuning into yourself and checking in on your energy levels and your thought processes and your emotional self, you know, and it's a great time to send that loving affection to you, to the Creator, to Mother Earth, to your guides, you know, and setting like your morning mantras for the day. Like, I am healed, I am loving, I am kind, I love myself, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise, you know, those types of things like that, where you are filling your cup, because that's the perfect time to do it. Fill your cup, and then focus on what your intentions are for the day, for the future, your goals, things like this. It's the perfect time to tap into that. And then we have present. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. I love that. Also, when we're in the morning, when you're first waking up, this is perfect time because you are present in feeling into your body. You know, how you feel when you first wake up. Do you feel well rested? Do you feel rejuvenated? Does your body feel sore? Things like that. You're more tuned in to the present moment in the physical body. So it's the perfect time to set those intentions for the day. And the more you can spend time like out in nature and grounding and tapping into who you are in this present moment, letting the past go and stepping forward into this new path that you're heading towards, you don't have to worry about the fear. You have to trust yourself. And that's also a mantra you can say. I trust myself, to know the difference between somebody who is trying to take from my energy and somebody who's, you know, authentically a friend and a guide along the path with me, you know, somebody who's my true soul family, somebody who is there for me and supporting me along the path, and knowing the difference between the two types of energies, and seeing that you are worthy of having relationships that are more loving, tender, caring, compassionate, and supportive than these other relationships that just want to take from you and drain your energy and, you know, not support you. You can still have love for them, because we have love for everyone, but it's see where they are in their journey, and they're not quite where you're at, and so you're wanting to connect with more people who are on the same vibrational, you know, frequency that you are, where you can have more of those types of relationships, and where you're helping to support the people who are, you know, not as consciously aware as you are, and you can set the tone and the I want to say the path, to create a path for those to find, you know, their own way to the path that you found yourself on, you know, where you feel more loving and empathetic and compassionate toward those who, you know, are still in their suffering and their pain, and you have found a way to heal and move forward and evolve where they have not found that place within them yet. Okay. All right, pile number 1, this was your reading. I hope this pile resonates with you. Take what does resonate and leave the rest. And I'd love to have you back for future readings. So I will see you guys again next time. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading. And you chose the citrine crystal with the lion. So, and I love that because the citrine crystal helps to cleanse and activate our solar plexus, which is the center of our courage, our independence, our confidence, our ability to have belief systems. It's also our ability to create, and our confidence to create, and our ability to create, our ability to lead, to face our fears. It's also our physical mind and the way that we perceive and believe about things. So let's see what your reading has. It's also a connection to our personal sun. So this is like our guiding light here. This could be a message from your higher self. Let's just, my card doesn't want to move. Alright, pile number 2, we have mask, memory, emotion, holding on and letting go. The martyr, sacrifice, hindrance, and higher cause. And then we have initiation, reinvention, choosing paths, and reconciliation. Okay, so for you, pile number 2, I feel like there is a need for cleansing and healing to take place, and it has to do with something with, you might be holding on to a grudge or something that is preventing you from moving forward, from receiving the healing that needs to come in. And sometimes we can be so like feeling betrayed, and that justice needs to be served because they have done me wrong, you know, they were wrong in this situation, and I want the situation to be rectified, or I want justice to be served. Like I was saying, there's, you know, it's like dying for the cause, you know, the martyr. But sometimes when we hold on to being right, you know, and wanting to have that justification for maybe having the right to behave and think and feel the way that we do because we have experienced some type of pain and injustice in our life, you know, and we want to see that balance restored. We want to see that rectified. Some people want to see even punishment, you know, and some of those they're just very old ways of perceiving things, only because it's a program, you know, that makes us feel like people should be punished for their wrongdoings. And in my mind, like everything happens for a reason, okay? And a lot of these situations, they're, we have, and some people don't want to believe this, but I know this as a truth, that we choose every experience that we have, every person that we come in contact with. We have signed contracts with these individuals to either be our guides, to teach us lessons, to be our teachers and everything. And some people are there to help us heal, and some people deliver messages to us. So when we experience relationships and we experience these experiences that are very challenging and they're very painful and they hurt us, and there's this injustice that's being done, there's always a lesson under the surface of everything that we experience. And if we hold on to our feelings of feeling, the injustice, and I completely understand, that feeling of betrayal and the injustice, and it's not right, and people can get away with their crappy behavior and the way that they treat somebody, the way that they lie, it can be very frustrating and infuriating. And so, I completely get it. I know that there's so many things that aren't fair that happen in this world, and it can be very, very hard to reconcile that in our minds, that those types of things happen and they take place. But they do, and it happens all the time, every day. Bad things happen to good people all the time. And the reason why we have this feeling of how can this even happen, and some people even like blame God, why would God let this happen? I'm a good person, I don't do bad things, and why does bad things happen, to good people, or why me? That type of energy. And they take things personal, and it really has nothing to do with, God doing something to you, or you being a bad individual who deserves this, or anything like that. And that's why it's hard not to come from a place of being, that judgmental judge that says, they deserve to have bad things happen to them because of the way that they treat people. And that can be like perpetuating the system a little bit, because sometimes people, like, they make mistakes. We're all growing, we're all learning, and some people are super selfish, and they constantly choose themselves in every situation. But that is them not learning their lessons. And it really has nothing to do with you, essentially, except that there's a reason why you chose an interaction with this individual to experience this situation. And that is where your healing journey is guiding you, is to understand, why did I choose this experience with this individual, and it's having that courage to face that fear and to face that shadow and that pain of having gone through this experience with this individual, and the pain and the trauma that it caused you, and trying to see if you can understand, what lesson were you trying to teach yourself? What were they trying to teach you? Was it a feeling of, I felt like I needed their approval, or I needed their love, or I couldn't see my power in this situation, and you're being asked to let go and to heal and to cleanse those memories, to cleanse that pain, to not, I know people say to forgive and forget, but I don't honor that phrase. I honor the forgiveness, but not the forget, because I feel like we need to remember the experience so that we don't repeat the cycle, so we don't repeat the pattern, we don't repeat experiencing that same type of energy again, and that situation again. We have to understand, what was it that I was learning, and why in this situation, and to allow ourselves to feel, angry, and to feel the way that we feel, because it's our truth. I did feel betrayed. I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt, if it was humiliated, whatever the word is, whatever the feeling is, allow yourself to feel that, because that is your truth. Don't deny the experience, because that was the truth. But you are also learning something, were you learning to love yourself better? where you're learning to have that more self-worth and to not allow people to treat you disrespectfully like that. Where you're learning, what type of love you want. How do you feel when you feel loved by somebody, and is that the type of love you want in your life? You want to tolerate people treating you this way? It's going in and doing that deep diving to understand and remember what it was that I was choosing, and find that resolution in your heart. Find the healing and the closure that you need to be able to move on from this experience. Okay, let's see what else we have. Guardian angel, you are not alone. You're not alone. Pile number 2. Your guides are guiding you on this journey. I feel like this is a spiritual journey that you're going on, a healing journey, so that you can find resolution to the past, so that you can move forward, feeling more confident, more brave, more expressive in who you are, so that you can heal this aspect, heal the ego, because sometimes our ego wants to take over, and we end up being that critical, having that critical mindset, of judging others or judging ourselves and shaming ourselves. How can you let somebody treat you like that? Or why didn't you stop this sooner? Those kinds of things, where we end up becoming our own worst enemy, and we end up blaming and judging ourselves in the situation, instead of having that compassionate heart and understanding. We were learning something, and I didn't know this until I experienced this, and now that I know better, I can do better. And it's having that understanding and that compassion for yourself that I was learning. And this was the class I was in, and this was my teacher, and I was learning through an experience, and now I've got the lesson. I understand that, and you extract that, because that's the elixir that you're looking for in order to pass this class. I was looking to teach myself this, and now I've got it. I've learned it. I can forgive this individual for teaching me this hard lesson, and I can forgive myself for teaching myself this hard lesson, and I'm going to choose to move forward and let this go. I've learned everything I possibly can from this experience. I no longer need to have this memory recirculating in my energy field anymore. I no longer want to be triggered by these energies, because I have healed this wound within myself. And ask your guides to guide you. Ask your guides for any messages to help you from it, for any insights, for this higher perspective to help you heal this wound that is within. With winter, take care of your needs. Exactly. I love that we have this wolf here, and sometimes wolves need to go on missions on their own. They need to go scout out more territory, but they belong to a pack. They're not completely alone. They belong to a family, and they're very loyal. And right now you're being asked to kind of go on a healing journey, to take care of yourself, pour more love into yourself, to heal and let some things go, so that you can embrace some new energies that are trying to come into your life at the moment. We have imagine. Archangel Michael, you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting and guiding you through this situation. Now, archangel can be somebody that you work with to help you cut the cords to the past, to help you release the painful memories from having, sometimes when we go through experiences with people and we don't agree on situations, or, our perspective is completely different from them, we've had an argument, and, this is what has caused the dissolution of the relationship. And so sometimes we have this narrative in our mind where we're constantly talking with them and having this argument again with them. We're repeating everything that we've already said over and over again, of why we feel wronged, why we are hurt, why we're not together, why we can't be friends, why we can't be family. It's whatever the narrative is. You're constantly having this conversation in your mind with this person. And every time you engage in this conversation with them, it keeps an energy cord between you and this person, and it keeps this situation alive and recirculating. And so when you go on the healing journey and you take your light, your inner light and your courage, and you face your fears and you face the shadow and the pain, and you go within to heal and to understand what it was that you were trying to experience. And when you finally understand what the lesson was, I was learning, X, Y, and Z, how to love myself better, how to set healthy boundaries, how, the types of relationships I want, whatever the extraction is from the experience. You can ask Archangel Michael to then cut the cords to this person, to this situation, and to create a healthy boundary around you where the only energy allowed in your energy field is your own. You're no longer engaging in conversation with this individual anymore, and ask Archangel Michael to help you, because he uses the sword of truth to cut through the illusions, to cut through any mental mind chatter where our mind wants to constantly engage in this battle. Let go, heal. Anytime this conversation starts coming up with this individual, disengage. Nope, I've already said my piece. This is what happened. If you want to be in a relationship with me, then, this is the boundaries that I've set. This is the expectation I have. I deserve respect, whatever it is. And stand in that strength. Stand in that truth of having those healthy boundaries for yourself. All right, we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So this can be something that people experience when we choose to walk away from people who we love very dearly, who have hurt us. And sometimes we feel guilty in having those boundaries, of setting that, that parameter of this. I'm no longer settling for anything less than I deserve. And be okay in that experience. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just had one of my kids come in. Okay, so yeah, whenever we're setting those healthy boundaries, guilt tries to come in and make us feel like we don't deserve to set healthy boundaries and we don't deserve to move forward, or you're wrong in some kind of way that you want to set these boundaries and move forward, and that's where we need to tap into our heart space and not listen to our critical mind, to our ego that wants to make us feel like we don't deserve to feel the way that we feel. And when you listen to your heart will guide the way. Your heart will show you, yes, I need to love me and have more love for myself in this situation, and not feel guilty that I want this type of relationship, or that I want to move forward and I want to heal and I want to let this go. You deserve to. Your purpose. I know what I am here to do. See what the other one is. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And that's another thing. Okay. We can be worried that if I choose to move forward, or if I cut this person out of my life, that somehow maybe I'm a bad guy, or bad things are going to happen, or I won't find anybody else in my life, I'll be alone forever. And that's just not the truth, right? That's our mind. Our mind wants us to be fearful, and because it wants all the control. But if you go into your heart space, take your mind into your heart and listen to your heart's going to guide you. Your heart's going to tell you the truth. It's going to reveal, no, you were meant to go through this experience to learn something, right? There is meaning and purpose to what you went through and what you experienced. And that's the thing. Your love and the way that you saw things, the way that you poured into this individual or to this situation was for a reason. Everything has purpose. Everyone has purpose. And worry, that can be another thing that comes up for us whenever we're moving forward and we're trying to have a new experience, maybe with another individual or another job, another situation that's similar to this. We might go into a fear space of worrying that it's going to repeat again, and that's where you have to trust in yourself that you have learned from your experiences of the past. That no, I trust myself to not get into that same type of situation, because before I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never experienced this before. And now, having gone through that experience, I know better and I can do better and I can make better choices. And I trust myself to make a better choice, not to be in that same predicament, not to be in that same pattern and having that same experience again, because I have learned the lesson. Okay, let's see what else we have. Connections, partnership, contract, and commitment. And we have personal guide, guardian angel, spirit family. Ooh, all right, so we have 29 and 38. This is a 1 and an 11. So we have 111. There is some new guides coming in, new people coming into your life. After going through this healing and cleansing of letting the past go, letting the situation go, facing your fears, you are going to be experiencing more deeper connections. And this is also within yourself, a relationship with yourself and being in partnership with yourself, so that you can have more of those commitments and partnerships with other individuals. And so after we learn certain lessons, when we pass, Earth is a school, when we pass certain classes and everything, we move on to other classes and we get more guides, different guides. We get different teachers. We sign different contracts with different people to meet along the way. And we're constantly growing and evolving and ascending through the classes. And we're learning how to master ourselves. We're mastering our emotions. We're mastering our thoughts. We're healing from our past. We're learning from our experiences with individuals, because through relationships are how we learn a lot about ourselves and a lot about, how to heal and how to ascend and who we truly are, our authentic selves. We learn through these experiences with other people. Ooh, we have soulmate and renewal. Ooh, isn't that awesome? So you may have readings in pile number 1 as well, because I do feel a connection here. Number 1 was about the heart and protecting the heart. And so for you, pile number 2, I feel like having gone through everything that you've gone through, and the more that you love yourself and you feel more confident in who you are and standing in your truth and letting go of all of these fears, letting go of guilt and worries and everything about being alone or not finding, that person in your life, you have the potential to find your soulmate, because there's this renewal and this connection that's coming in. And so I feel like you're going to feel more connected the more that you go within and shine your light on your own heart and build yourself back up. Feel confident in yourself again. Trust in yourself. Listen to your heart. You're going to find more people in your life, that more people that are going to be drawn to you for who you really are, and they're going to pour in that same loving energy that you pour into others. And you're going to find the connection to your soulmate, your soul tribe, your soul family, where you're going to feel the love. You're going to feel so abundant in love, and you're going to feel connected, because that's what I truly feel like you want. You want to feel a connection, a deeper connection on a deeper level. Maybe spend some time out in nature as well to kind of help you ground and be more connected to the present moment. Pile number 2. Okay, I'm going to get some final messages for you. We have invite creativity. At any moment, I am able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through me, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. So we have this blank canvas. I feel like you're being given an opportunity to create. When we learn to let go of some old energies and old patterns, old perspectives, ways of seeing things, and and we heal from, you know, our challenges and our traumas and everything, we end up creating this open space, this void of emptiness, you know. And it's not to say that, you know, you're empty and there's nothing in there. It's just that you have cleared some energy out. It's like when you do spring cleaning, you know, you're getting rid of things that no longer serve you. You don't use them anymore. Some pieces are broken, you know, and, you know, or projects that you just haven't gotten into, or clothes that you say you're going to wear, you know, when you lose the weight, things like that. You know, it's letting those go, and then you end up creating more space. And when you do that, then more things, you have more space for new things, you know, that you do use daily. And so that's what energy you're going to be creating within yourself when you let this go, when you let go of this grudge that you have. You will open up a door that allows more blessings and more people, more connections, better connections to come in, you know. So let go of holding on to this pain and letting go of your fears. All right, we have, I am enough. I am beautiful just as I am. I am loved just as I am. I am worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life. Those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. Beautiful. I love that. You are enough just as you are. Pile number 2. Because I feel like this stems from not feeling worthy and not feeling confident in who you are. And so, of course, you attract people who want to prey on those energies, you know, because they know you don't see your worth. So they're going to, you know, take from you. And your message is to love yourself, to see yourself as worthy, to open yourself up to heal, to letting go of the fear and letting go of the worry and letting go of holding on to that grudge, so that you can attract more people who see your worth and see your value and want to give you that same type of relationship. Return to the body. When I am caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of tension. Now I can return to any situation more calm and present. So that's the thing. Pay attention to when your body gets tense, you know, and who makes you feel this way, because those are all signals that the body is alarming you to of certain types of energies, you know, where you need to protect yourself. Is this triggering, you know, a memory of this same situation? Because that's also going to help be a guiding system for you, where there's a potential pattern that's trying to repeat. And it's also a guiding system that says maybe you haven't healed from a specific situation, and maybe you need to apply more love and attention to yourself and building yourself up and feeling more confident and saying those I ams. You know, I am confident in myself, I trust myself, I love myself, I am healing, I am aware. Let me get you one more. And being more present in the body means that you are more connected to right here, right now. And the way we do that is by going out into nature and allowing nature to heal us, to rejuvenate us. Because when we're in nature, all of our senses are engaged, and we're constantly, you know, we're looking, we're smelling, we're feeling. We feel the air on our skin. We see the beautiful trees, the sky, the flowers, the birds, the animals, and the creatures around us, you know, and the beauty of nature. We're more engaged in the right here, right now, present moment. And this is where all of our power lies, is in that moment, in that space of being present. This is where we have the ability to create, because we're in the present moment. We're not living in the past and the regrets of the past and the pains of the past. We're not focused on the future and the anxiety of the past repeating, or the fears and anxiety of what's going to happen, how am I going to get there, how's this going to work out. You know, we're in the present moment. And the more you can connect into the present by being close to nature, because this is where we get that access point, is being out in nature. This is where we have that potential to create and to manifest what it is we want in our life. And working with Mother Nature, because she's the the physical representation of everything spiritual, and she can help us to physically manifest our desires and our creativities. Ooh. I just dropped a card. We're going to shuffle these again because I want to get you one more card, pile number 2. One more card for pile number 2. And final message. Send them on their way. Woo. We have projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions on the others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When somebody says or does something that brings up a strong emotion within me, I have the choice in how I respond. I love that final message there. Like I was saying with Archangel Michael, when we have these repetitive thoughts of having this constant argument with somebody in our mind, you can choose to disengage, you know, and you can choose to walk away and say, I'm not having this conversation. I've already said my piece. I said this is what needs to happen, and you're not honoring that, so goodbye. And it's closing that chapter, closing that book, disengaging with the conversation. And the more you can bring yourself to the present moment of choosing how you want to respond versus react, that is your power. That is your strength. Okay? You can choose who's allowed access to your energy, who you want to engage in conversation with, what you even want to talk about and have a conversation about, you know. And when we can choose who's allowed access to our energy, who we want to give our time to, that is our power. That is our strength. And it's deciding who is worthy of you, you know, who's worthy of your time, who's worthy of your love, you know. I'm not giving, and you can decide, you know, I'm not giving this any kind of light. I'm not feeding this energy. I know what emotion you're trying to stir out of me so that you can take my power, make me feel like you're taking my power away by trying to make me feel a certain kind of way, or they're trying to manipulate your energy and go, ooh, I know how to get to you. I know what buttons to push. I know how to make you feel, you know, worthy or less than or guilty. All I got to do is say this, you know. It's like a game of manipulation. Like they want to know how to work you. They want to know how to use you, how to get you to feel a kind of way because they think they know you better than you know you. And you are being asked to get in there and know who you are, stand in your truth, stand in your strength, have the courage to face these past feelings that you have, these traumas and everything like that, to let them go and decide who is more worthy of your time and your energy and your love, and stand strong in that. Have the courage and the confidence to remain in that space of deciding who belongs in your life, you know, who's worthy of your time. Okay, pile number 2, this was your reading. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if this reading resonated with you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I come out with more readings. And I'd love to have you all back here. Sending you all my love and light. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. You chose the crow with the black obsidian crystal. The stone right here is very good for protection. It's also a stone of reflection and deeper truths, being able to see into the shadow. It connects us to the past, present, and future, which is pretty wild that it's represented here with the crow, because the crow also is a messenger of the past, present, future. It also is very good at perception, the mysteries, things that lie within the shadow. I feel like there's some kind of, actually you have 2 cards that came out for your reading. Tarantula. Alright, so there's something that is, I feel like you have something from the past that might be reoccurring or just coming up in your energy, in your thoughts, and your perception lately, and it's taking you like maybe you feel stuck, like caught in the web, a little bit of a pattern, something from the past that keeps coming up for you. And this crystal is about being able to perceive, you know, into the shadows, into the unconscious realm, so that you can perceive the hidden truths that are in there. So you're on the verge of discovering something, like the deeper meaning to something. Some kind of truth is about to be revealed for you. Let's see what else messages are meant for you at this time. We have the path of stars, distraction, potential, and true north. Yeah, there's something distracting you from your purpose. So I feel like there's something, an energy from the past is coming up, and it's trying to distract you from focusing on your purpose here. We have mirror, the surface, perception, identification, and story. Some illusion, a false story here. What else we have? The empty man, the shadow self, voyage, and allies. Exactly. Okay. So there's definitely something lurking in the shadow, a perception, the way that you see things, the way that you see yourself. I feel like there is something blocking you from seeing your true potential of fulfilling your purpose and everything, and it's trying to distract you and lead you away from your destiny, from your true north. And it has to do with the way that you perceive yourself. And what is it called? The some kind of syndrome, you know what I mean, where you are kind of like gaslighting yourself from who you really are, you know, trying to talk yourself out of who you really are. It's the gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now. Hopefully it'll come to me as we continue through the reading. But it has to do with you not really seeing your true potential. And it's imposter syndrome. Thank you. Yeah, where you don't see the truth of who you are. You're kind of seeing yourself through, I think, somebody else's eyes. Maybe somebody has put you down or made you feel like you weren't good enough, that there's no way that you could do this and achieve this, you know, in some aspect of that. The way that you see things is not your truth, it's somebody else's perspective, and it's taking you off course. It's kind of guiding you in a different direction and not your true north here. We have star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So you have some guides that are wanting to work with you, that are trying to help you find your true north, to find your true purpose, and to keep going in that direction. Listen to your heart and not the mind. All right, the mind is like the biggest trickster, you know. It wants to be in control, and anytime it feels like it's not in control, it starts to create a narrative so that it can be in control, and it preys on our fears of how we see things and our perspectives, and it kind of guides us away from our truth. And the truth sits in our heart space, and the more you can tap into your heart and listen to the voice that's coming from your heart, that's going to guide you to staying on the correct path so that you can accomplish this, your true purpose here. We have Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Let's see what else comes through with that card. We have co-create. All right. Yeah, you're being asked to find some stability here and to tune into your inner wisdom, because there's something that you're meant to bring forward, something that you're guided to create and nurture and bring forth for the collective. And you need to find that balance between the heart and the mind, so that you're not giving all of your power away to your mind, and you're bringing that mental energy into the heart so it can be understood and nurtured to see the truth of the situation. Time for a nap here. Yeah, it's time to go within, to find the truth of the situation, bring it to the surface, whatever's lurking in the shadows, so that you can find the buried truth. There's some kind of truth that needs to be revealed here, so that you're no longer being guided and distracted off of the course, away from your destiny, where you're being offered the ability to co-create and to tap into this hidden ability, this hidden potential that you have to create the type of life that is meant to come forth through you. You have the star ancestor, and for me these are our galactic guides. Maybe you resonate as a star seed, but there is something, a code that you have that you're meant to bring forth for others, an activation, an information that you hold that is meant to be shared here on the earth. But it requires you to go within and to take your higher light, your truth, and be brave to face this fear that you have, and to understand the narrative that you're creating around this fear, and understand why. Why is this my perception? Why is this the story? You've created some kind of identity around this perspective, and it's not the truth. It's something that needs to be healed and observed and looked at, so that you can begin the journey back to your true self, to who you really are, and then rediscover your purpose, your hidden potential. We have heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. So yeah, like I was saying, there's something in the past, some story that you've told yourself about who you are and about a certain situation that's kind of got you caught in the web of the past, and it's time to take your vision and reveal the truth, and protect yourself from believing this false illusion, and bring it to the surface. And the way we bring it to the surface is we have to go into our subconscious. We have to take time out to nurture ourselves, to spend time in quiet reflection, to meditate, go out in nature, and try to understand where this illusion is coming from. Where's this narrative? When did it develop? Where's this pattern coming from? Where's this pain coming from, etc. And try to bring this healing to it. Sometimes, like when we experience, let's say we've been raised in a household that's very chaotic, that your parents are always arguing, there's always some kind of issue, there's always struggle, there's always something, and it's very, the energies are always tense, and it's always, chaotic, and it's very toxic and heavy. And then as we get up older and we start to create our own lives and everything, and things start kind of going well for us, we almost start to self-sabotage, because we're not used to things going good. We're used to things being chaotic. We're used to there always being some kind of struggle and emotional outburst, and there's just this level of drama that's always got to be there. And then when you have now entered into a space where there isn't all this drama, and there's not all this tension and conflict, and struggle, it starts to become, you almost don't trust that energy, because it's unknown to you, it's foreign, it doesn't feel safe, because, you're not used to that. So we end up reverting back to our habits of what is known, and we find some way to create some kind of drama, we create some kind of, struggle or conflict or issue, because that's what we know, that's the energy that feels safe to us. It's the devil we know, kind of thing, that saying. And when we experience the opposite of that. We almost don't trust it, you know, we almost start waiting for the shoe to drop. Well, I can't, this energy is never long lasting, something always happens to take it away from me, you know, that kind of thought process starts going on, where we end up sabotaging the good things happening in our lives because we don't trust it. You know, we're not used to things going well, and we don't feed that energy very long. We end up reverting backwards into what feels safe and what feels comfortable and what is known. And so you're being given this message to go into those thought patterns that make you feel like to have good things isn't good for you, you know. Why is that? And to embrace the unknown, to step into that space of going on an adventure and on a journey, because you deserve, you know, good things in your life. You deserve things to be stable. You deserve things to be kind and stress-free and relaxing and peaceful and nurturing and safe. You deserve those things. And try to understand where it came from and why does that feel safe, and, you know, how to overcome staying in that position where you kind of get tired of sitting in that same space. You know, it becomes a stagnant energy. And why does that comfort you, you know, that kind of energy? Try to get in there and see what you can heal and work out. Okay, we have workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. Well, you may be being asked to maybe attend some workshops and seminars to help you go on some of these guided meditations, maybe do some healing therapies to help you work through these patterns that make you feel safe, that it's time to let go of, so you can step into your divine purpose. And ultimately, you might be somebody who, you know, hosts these workshops and seminars yourself, you know, because with this ability to co-create, it is understanding, you know, our fears and finding our hidden potentials in our fears. You know, when we, that's where our tools are, you know, our magical gifts are in in the shadows. They're hidden, they're buried deep in there, you know. We have to go digging to discover them. But it requires you to be brave enough to face them and to understand them and to heal them. And then that is where your true source of power comes from. We have crystals. The energy of crystals supports you and help you with your present situation. So working with crystals might be very beneficial for you, especially this black obsidian, because it's a great stone for perspective, protection, helping you to reflect negative energies, to reflect in on yourself and to go within, but also to be protected while you're doing some of this shadow work. If you don't know what shadow work is, this is definitely a call to do some of those, take some of those classes to understand what shadow work means. And we have the crow here. Crow might be an animal totem along with the tarantula. I'm working with these two animal guides to help you with this phase of your life that you're in right now. We have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Yeah, this is heart healing here. Restoring your health. Crystals are definitely really good for holding energy and holding space for you while you do some of this spiritual work. Service. I feel good when I can help others. So this might be your spiritual calling, you know, is when you do when you do the shadow work and you go within and you understand, you know, how the work is done, then you are able to then help others who have been on a similar path as you. You begin to become somebody who helps everyone else, you know, climb the ladder to success, because you have been where they are and you know how hard it is, you know what the struggle is, and so you can help pave a way for others like you to, you know, climb out of their suffering and out of their pain. And it's not to do the work for them, they have to do the work themselves, but you can be a guide, a mentor, you know, somebody that they can look up to, an inspiration for others. Ooh, we have achievement, completion, reward. Look at that. You're going to be successful. You're meant to be doing this, you know. You're meant to go on this spiritual journey, on this quest, so that you can then be of service to others and help others, you know, complete their own healing. Impartiality. Like I was saying, I believe you have to, you know, there has to be a little bit of understanding where you come from and not doing the work for other people, because sometimes others, like they have to know, they have to achieve the knowledge and the wisdom by doing the work themselves. And it can be hard sometimes to watch other people struggle in their path through some of their struggles and everything. Or to have forgiveness for others when they have caused you pain and suffering as well. You know, it can be very, very hard to have empathy for others who do wrong to others. Impartiality, maybe. I know this has to do with treating people with fairness, you know, or treating even people who've done you wrong with the same, I don't want to say the same type of energy that they treated you, but maybe that is kind of what you're having to learn and go through, is learning how to detach from, you know, people who have done you wrong, and to let go of that judgment, you know, of wanting justice, and whether that Kalima energy, you know, where we want, you know, is that vengeance. You know, you want people who have hurt you, you want them to, you know, experience their karma, and some people want to witness that karma. And, you know, I understand we all have that human nature to ourselves where, you know that this is unjust, and we want to see the, you know, the karma play out for people who do wrong unto others. And sometimes we might not be able to see that in our lifetime, and we just have to know and have faith and trust that Source has a plan for everyone, and it may not happen to them in this lifetime, where they learn, you know, the consequences of their choices. And you have to know that nobody gets out of receiving the consequence of their choices. Every deed that you do it's like, it's documented, you know, it's cataloged in the Akashic records. And so there has to be that scale, that balance that occurs. And everything that we do, we will see the consequence of our actions. So it is always coming from that space of living in your heart and doing what you feel is right every time, even though the mind wants to see justice and revenge and everything. That is not our mission, is not to play God, you know, and it is up to allow the unfoldment to happen, and allow whatever course that they've set themselves on to play out, you know, and to live our life with the best intentions that we can, and to be that example and that leader for others to follow. But just trust. Trust that everything has a way of working out, and believe that, okay? Alright, some final messages for you, pile number 3. Sorry, this end of the reading here got a little muddled for me, because I wasn't sure what the impartiality was wanting you to know. Final messages for pile number 3. I'm going to get you a few of these cards to close out your reading, pile number 3. Thank you all so much for being here. Okay, you got a couple. More than a couple. Let's see. You have Water My Dreams. All I desire is on its way to me, but like a seed, my dreams too must be watered. My belief and determination is what makes them grow. I will be patient throughout this journey. It is all unfolding at the perfect time. Exactly. Trust in divine time. Continue to nurture yourself and nurture your dreams and believe that they are possible. The more that you continue to focus on your goal, focus on this creative project that you want to do, this achievement, and keep your mind focused on moving forward and not being deterred by this past energy. We have fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself just as much as I do for others. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. Beautiful. This is more about pouring into your own cup, nurturing yourself, going within, healing your heart, understanding, the reasons why you do and feel the way that you do. Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself, pile number 3. Self-appreciation. Woohoo! I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. Find a comfortable space and bring a pen and a paper. I will write a letter of appreciation to myself where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. So definitely work, and it says I am enough. You see this? Don't let whatever happened in the past deter you from this goal, from who you are, from being this beautiful person that is here to be in service to others. And you are worth more than this situation in the past, and you are more deserving and worthy of better things in your life than what this was offering you. And bring that perspective right here. Pour into yourself. I am good enough. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am successful. I can achieve all my goals. Luck is on my side. Whatever you do to heal this, because addictions come from our sacral chakra, and it is our water center, and it is how we nurture ourselves, how we love ourselves, how we pour into ourselves, versus the energy of giving to others. That is our solar plexus. And the water chakra, the sacral chakra, is a feminine energy, and the solar plexus is a masculine energy. It's our creative energy that we push out, and the water energy is the nurturing love that we receive, the blessings we receive from the energy that we push out. And now you're being asked to pull that energy in, pour energy into your own heart, into your own love and light, and give it to yourself, because you need that healing energy right now. It is an energy of going within. We have releasing anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but I recognize that holding on to it can be toxic for me. I look at the person who has caused me pain and see them as a human being that they are. I release the anger I feel and free myself, bring myself and expanding to love. See this? We have these breaking of the chains, breaking free from the past, of allowing this energy, this person, this feeling to control you. And allow yourself to feel into your anger, because anger teaches us where we need to set boundaries to protect ourselves. Anger is very necessary. It's all in how you use anger. And some people like to use anger to be very destructive, to be malicious, to hurt others intentionally. And I don't feel like this is who you are on the soul level. You feel anger because somebody has crossed the boundary. Somebody has hurt you. Somebody has disrespected you. And it's okay for you to acknowledge that you have anger about the situation. But you are learning how to set healthy boundaries for yourself, and to determine who is worthy of you, who is deserving of your love, who is deserving of your time and your precious energy and your heart. And it's time for you to protect yourself and protect your heart, so that you can attract people who are worthy of you. You are the one who needs to discern who is deserving of your love, not the other way around. We have opportunities for growth. Everything is happening for me and my evolution. I am not a victim of the things that happen. I take ownership of my life and make the best of the challenges along my journey. I see how difficult moments help me to become the best version, and I am thankful for them. Beautiful. This is where your power lies. This is where you take your power back, okay? Everything is an opportunity to learn and to grow and to expand in consciousness and awareness. And this is what you are being asked to do, is to go into the shadows of the past and to heal those traumas, those patterns, the things that prevent you from having, the good life and achieving and receiving these rewards for the service that you provide to others. Creator of happiness. Look at that. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual. Therefore, it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. Ooh, beautiful. Pile number 3. What a great card to end your reading with. You choose who is allowed to enter into your energy, into your life, and into your heart. You are the one who gets to decide this. You don't need anybody else's approval but your own. And the more you can learn not to seek love, approval, acceptance outside of yourself, and you learn to give it to you and to pour this love and acceptance into yourself, this approval that you may have been looking outside of yourself for. You don't need anybody's approval. You don't need anybody's validation that you are a good person, that you're lovable, that you're good enough, that you're worthy. You have to give that to yourself. And the more you can love yourself and nurture yourself and validate your feelings the way that you feel, validate the way that you need to be loved and how you want to express yourself, all these things, you need to do that for yourself. It's like reparenting yourself all over, nurturing that inner child that may have felt that they weren't good enough, they weren't nurtured enough, and so there's like this lack, that you have because you didn't feel like you received the approval or the validation, in your youth. And so as we get up older, we end up manifesting that same energy and looking outside of ourselves for it. And it's really something that we have to do for ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to validate who we are. We have to see ourselves as good enough and worthy enough and not depend on anybody else to give us that validation. We are the ones who create our own happiness, and we decide what we see as successful, not according to society standards. It's our individualness. What do we value as happy? What do we value as love? What do we value as success? Wealth and abundance. It comes in so many different forms. It's not just the dollar. It can be a wealth and an abundance of happiness, of smiles, of love, of creative ability, of talents, inspirations, abundance of land, abundance of, friends. There's abundance in so many different ways, of animal friends, things like this. So, just go in and be your own programmer, be your own creator, of who you really are, and tap into those energies. Pile number 3. So this is what messages you need to know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if this reading resonates with you. And thank you all so much for being here. I'm sending you all of my love and light. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.